months. He's like, man, how long you making music? I said, like, 3 years now. I think I was at, like, 2, actually, at that point. Yeah, I was 18. And it was just surprising, like, seeing, like, someone that's, like, had so much experience tell me that he's impressed what I've been doing, because that gave me more faith in myself to keep developing myself and just keep on it. And, like, it was just really nice to hear that from someone that's been doing it for so long. Like, in such a
he could, I mean, someone that's been a veteran or a senior or master at something, they can see talent, they can see that. And they're looking in the right direction. That makes you feel really good that someone who's been doing it for a while can see you. And
so then for you, Dirty Frank, why produce? Why make music? Why not pick up a guitar or pick up a hammer or go do something else?
Well, speaking of, I actually started on the guitar.
There's a whole room.
You want to see, dude?
Guitar.
Where's the flip button, dude? I'll show you. I know the fucking. I got two guitars. I got that one over there. I got this one. I got one in the corner right there.
He's got guitars, man.
Okay, music threw up all over that room. I love it. All right.
He's at the hammer. But yeah, I always thought about that, like, because originally what I wanted to do after high school is I wanted to be a biomedical engineer, actually. Because, like, I had the ACT scores, like, I had literally 3 scholarships to go to college. But the thing is that I could not live in Reno anymore, to be honest with you, if we're just going to touch on that subject. Personally, I think living there is just, how do I put this?
No offense, Jake.
You can say whatever you
It's just the area.
Jake, when you moving down to Cali?
Yeah, no, exactly. He needs to move here. But it's just like, it's really hard to understand if you haven't lived there. It's like being there makes you just feel stagnant. Everyone around you just doing the same thing over and over again, never changing. And they're just like, they have no sense of ambition. And like, that was bringing me down. So I just felt I had to leave. Honestly, I said, fuck college. I'll go to college in California, dude. I just cannot be in this town anymore. And that's why I moved to California. And ever since then, I've been developing myself as a producer. And then I decided to become an artist. So I was like, dude, if I make music, I might as well try it out. Didn't come out too bad. And it's just all self-development. And it's all like shot up ever since I left Reno.
Oh, that's
which is,
good.
I don't think is a coincidence.
So then, young JP in Reno, what drives you to why be a rapper then? Huh? Do you have a bunch of guitars too, or you have some other talent there?
Besides standing around and looking pretty.
You gotta have something. Hey, that's not my talent. Trust me.
Money maker right there.
That's a cute picture on posters.
Nah, man, it was. I grew up. It's just always been me and my mom. So and my grandma. So I grew up on 50s music, like the Rat Pack, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Frank Sinatra, just countless, just amazing artists. And I just always knew from a little kid, like my mom, I'm sure one day when I blow up, she'll probably leak all the fucking videos of me as like a little 5-year-old in some cowboy boots and a guitar singing some love song.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see that.
I want to see that.
One day, like, she was just real adamant on not letting me listen to rap. One day we were just driving and she put on 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying album. And it was just like, it just all made sense to me. Because at that point, I was taking poetry classes to learn how to write poetry like correctly and learn all the different styles. And then I just heard 50 Cent. And it made sense because me and my mom, like, I love her and she's my idol in so many ways. But financially, she's taught me basically the hard way on what not to do. Like, we've always been struggling. So I've known since a little kid, 7 years old, seeing, like, having to raise myself in a lot of ways, that I was like, fuck, man, like, my mom needs to retire soon. I need to get rich. And I just discovered rap and that passion for it. It's just like, you could create yourself. You could recreate yourself and still be yourself in so many different ways. You know what I mean? Like, I rap about a lot of my songs, like, yeah, like, I'm a panty dropper. I'm a heartbreaker. Like, I can steal your girlfriend right in front of you. And is that true? Like, yeah, but am I like that all the time? No, I'm a pretty laid back, quiet dude. You can ask Austin. So, like, that music is an outlet. It's like a therapy session,
It's good to be well-rounded.
Yeah, exactly. So, rap, man, it just made sense. And I started writing. I started freestyling. And then one day, like, through Austin, like, he knows the mutual homies like Wayne, Hunter, like, this whole group I used to party with. We were just sitting there, like, hella fucked up one night and with nothing to do. And Wayne, he had this big ass speaker. So I was like, yo, let's throw on a YouTube beat and freestyle. And then from there, it just kind of started like we would have like, Austin would know, like we'd have like 30 people come over to Wayne's apartment just to hear everybody
This
freestyle.
small 1-bedroom apartment, dude.
Yeah,
Literally just
yeah.
a living room, a
Mhm.
kitchen, and a bedroom. And we'd be packing that thing, dude. It was good times, though. Good times.
Those
And I
are
used to
always the
work for
best
Tesla.
times. Yeah.
I was working for Tesla. I was working at Tesla, and like I fucking hated that shit because it was 12 hours straight. You got one lunch, one 15-minute break, 3-story building, so you couldn't even leave the building because you didn't have enough time.
Oh.
So I'm trying not to incriminate myself. But somebody, not me, maybe somebody taught another young little kid how to clock in, go home, and come back and clock out.
Oh, that's
collect
been
that
a
check.
thing. That's a thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So I was
know
doing
those
that.
skills too.
I was getting paid to make music technically, and I got one of those checks one day, and everybody was just like, yo, bro, like, you just kind of got that energy. Like, sometimes what I rap about is the dumbest shit ever, but they're like, you make it sound cool. Like, you should start recording. So I went to, I think it was Guitar Center, and dropped like $1,500 on a little bootleg setup, and just started recording from there and never stopped. I'm like, it's a love.
You're so motivated. I
Oh,
love
you're
it.
so motivated
Yeah.
and love
And
it.
that's why-
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I tell everybody, because Austin, like, he's not wrong. Reno there's no culture. There's no music culture. There's no, like, in Reno, it's hard to get my music out locally because you walk up to somebody or you DM them and you're like, hey, yo, I rap, or, you know, I make music. You want to check it out? And they're like, what kind of
Just
music?
no
I'm like,
support.
oh, I rap. They're like, oh, you a SoundCloud rapper, huh? Shit's probably trash. And it, like, you got to fucking
What?
connect them into listening.
Yeah,
So SoundCloud
they
is
don't-
like a
they do
legit
not back you up at
platform.
all.
Yeah,
Sound-
that's what I'm saying. But they
Are
don't
you
see it like
kidding?
that out here. So
I mean, back in the day when people used to pass out like their CDs, I would take it. I'm like, you probably are good. I'm not gonna.
shit, I still, yeah,
it,
exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, people still do that downtown in Chicago. They still give out their CDs, you know, because they want to be heard.
hey,
And-
go to the West Side. That's still
Yeah,
how
if you
those
go to the
artists
West Side
get
Chicago,
known.
that's what it is. Yeah, that's because
yeah,
they want to get out of that life. They
And
want to
now
do
when you
better.
see one of those popular artists come back to like Twista coming back to K-Town or something like that, they blow up. And I'm hoping, yeah, there's going to be a day young JP comes back to
Yeah.
Reno, because I think it's exciting that you're trying to make a music movement there somewhere. You know, I kind of grew up and remember the explosion in Seattle or
Yeah.
the rap scene in New York. So a little town in Illinois, I was hoping, man, we could make this metal scene happen here. That never happened.
Yeah.
So anytime when you hear just the kind of little seeds out there where it could grow, and when you hear that music, and for me, it gives me that feels as soon as I hear, I just, yeah,
You get the chills.
you get the chills.
And also, if you're bringing people back from another state or other places that seem to like you, then Reno will see that and they will be like, wow, I totally missed out on this guy. I didn't even know, or I didn't give him the time of day. And also you just gotta let that kind of roll off your shoulder and just kind of move on to the next. You don't want to get stuck in that place of, oh, they don't like me, and it's like, fuck them then. If they don't like you, they don't like you.
Fuck all that.
I mean, not everyone likes the same thing, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what makes it unique. You know what I mean? If we all like the same thing, I would opt out of this world. You know what I mean? I
Go down to space.
I crave difference. I love learning about cultures, people's backgrounds. You know what I mean? Because like I'm like, what's like. I just want to know, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know what else is out there. What else can I experience? What else can I do? What's the next adventure? Where can I take this, and how far can I go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we know you're not from Earth. I mean, it's okay, Matthew.
It's
You're definitely somewhere up there in the clouds.
That's all right.
Yeah,
You
that's good.
crave
Yeah.
that too. I mean, yeah.
I just think we all get one life. Why not experience the most out of it as you can?
Honestly.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure. Yeah.
And why hate everyone else around you when you can befriend everyone else around you? Spread that love. You know what I mean? Connect people with other people.
Keep the peace.
Keep the peace.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
It really does take a lot of energy to hate and not like something
It
on
does.
purpose. It really it's very draining when you're around people like that. They kind of suck all the energy out of the room, and it's, you know.
And like, why would you just put that energy into hating someone instead of putting it into something else that could benefit yourself?
And
Well, it comes
found
from fear and it comes from ignorance.
Yeah, and what I found is that music, every culture has music. Everybody can agree on that. Everybody expresses themselves through music, which I find interesting. You know what I mean? like in every culture I can think of. There's even Chinese culture. I could find a beat that I like that I can get down to. And you know, if that's it's just good that people. It doesn't matter. You can have a room full of people. If there's a good beat on, they'll all party together.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's the universal language. You know, it's a way to communicate. If you don't, especially if you don't know someone's language, and you're around them, you can still enjoy the same type of music, and that can bond you too. And that's why we have to kind of bring that to the surface and start pushing out the people who want war and fighting and discrimination. I mean, art really needs to make. I feel like now is like Matthew had mentioned that you guys, the younger crowd, the younger artists, are Generation Hope, and those are the people that are finally saying, "Fuck everybody else. We're taking over. We're gonna bring art. We're gonna bring community. Bring love back." It's up to the younger generation to kind of save everybody now.
Break that cycle. I mean, I love hearing your message, what your group is about. I mean, that's exactly it. Break that vicious, stagnant cycle of what we are, and we accept and embrace our differences and embrace. Yeah, go out there and be curious.
Yeah.
Also, if I could real quick, I also want to touch on Jake one more time real quick. I know it sounded weird, but
you want to touch him? That's fine.
I think after seeing enough of them, I think we all probably want to, don't we?
Get over here.
But anyway, I just want to talk about just his development in general, as he was talking about, like starting from rapping in the room, taking to the full studio. Just in the past couple of months, I've been working with him alone. He's like improved immensely. Like his flow, his flair with it in general, and how he rides a beat, and it's just everything. He is shot up. It's like he skyrocketed, and I'm so impressed with how much better he's gotten, and it's just amazing to see him grow. And I can't wait to see where he takes it from here, because he's already good as it is, and he's impressing even other people as well. So I can't wait to see where he's at a year from now.
I was gonna say that track that he said we got to listen to. That sounds like somebody. You sound like Young JP. You sound like somebody that's been at it. That's what's just so exciting. It's like, what else is gonna come next?
Well, especially like that kind of old school sound in the background, that static. There was one track that I think the one you sent me, JP. I loved the way that it sounded. It was really good. Yeah.
So I gotta know then, Young JP, if you were on tour, what was one of the first things you were gonna do? Was this gonna be kind of one of your first bigger tours then?
Yeah, it's gonna be my first tour. That was gonna be my very first one.
Oh, we're going for a ride now. For a ride.
I know we're not there, but if we were there, what was one thing you were absolutely looking forward to on this tour?
Meeting new people, because I'm such a social butterfly. I think that's one advantage I have. A lot of rappers don't, is they get so cocky, they come up on stage, they do their shit, and they dip. Like me, like I want to hop off stage, I want to get it like right here up in your face, and be like, hey, nice to meet you, I'm Young JP, and build that relationship, whether it's a girl, whether it's a guy, whether it's a fucking mom, a grandma, a dad, a sister, a daughter. Like I'll walk up to you, and like I just want people to hear me live, because you can hear a song on the radio, on Apple, on Pandora all day long, and it'll sound like a completely new song when that person's right in front of you on stage, live.
Yeah, that's why Matthew and I love going to live concerts. That's one of the things that we miss because of this quarantine is not being able to go to live, events, and it really does resonate a lot more when you're there.
Yeah, and right now I'm trying to run around and get this whole, I'm trying to set up venues and stuff like that through the quarantine. I'm also trying to get us trademarked and logoed, licensed and all that, and all of the federal buildings and all that, they're all closed down. So I'm trying to jump through all these loopholes to get these two signs set up, interviews and podcasts.
Oh yeah. He's so cute.
I'm running around all day. I finally, when this quarantine lifts, we're gonna be hooking up with Mozzie's crew. Not Mozzie himself, but the people that are with Mozzie. We're hopping on that in about